you say breathe deep and slow. Why?
Because it's a technique that I was taught a long time ago by an elderly priest who was very, very clever. And then I've been on certain courses where you use the same technique, and I've also been on different religious courses and psychological courses, and that one where they have all the shops, yoga, and everybody's into it, they use it that. So what you do is you breathe in deeply, and then you let your breath out slowly. You try and use the palm of your hand and let the air flow go onto your hand at a steady flow, not a big gasp or not too big gasps, but a steady flow. And then put your hand down and breathe in again, and then just concentrate while you're sitting down on breathing slow. We don't know we're doing it most of the time. When we get a bit wound up or a bit concerned about something, our breathing alters and we get a bit faster and a bit slower, and it goes all over the place. But if you concentrate on breathing in and out slowly, your whole body will relax. And the idea is to do that for a couple of minutes when you're praying, if possible, and feel completely connected to a bigger power. We don't want to talk about God, then let's say a bigger power, the universe, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. I would say God, but that's my point of view. Anybody else who's struggling with it, I'd say just treat it as Mother Nature or a higher power that's got your good interests at heart. And breathe in and out nice and slow. You won't realise how fast you are breathing or how you alternate your breathing until you start breathing out slow, and you find it so relaxing. And if you can do that for a few minutes a day, even with a cup of tea, then do it. So powerful to get your focus. And if you're going to meet somebody and you don't know what you're going to say to them, then by composing yourself, we'll say, and breathing in and out slowly, quite often you can find your focus for the day, or who you're going to meet, or if you've got an interview, or you've got somebody to go and see about something, or you haven't seen somebody for a while, you're wondering what to say or what to do. Compose yourself and breathe in and out slowly, and it's a good regulator of relaxing you, preserving your energy, and getting your focus. And that's whether you suffer with depression or not. But I want to take this point, ladies and gentlemen, to say, don't think because you haven't got depression, and don't think that the family who haven't got depression that need to take some of these techniques and some of the pointers. You need to be on guard and be aware that depression can strike a lot of people. It doesn't always go for across the band, but it can hit a lot of people. And it's not always the talented, the this, the that, the sensitive. No, it can hit anybody all of a sudden at any age. And it's a bit like the virus to a certain extent. You can't always see it coming. What I would warn you against is anxiety build-up and pressure and stress and rushing round too much. Try and slow things down and get everything in life in perspective, and try and go back to the old Mars bar advert, to work, rest and play. And remember that resting is not playing. Playing is getting you out of yourself and doing a hobby and having a good laugh, generally speaking. And then working is doing your duty, either it's around the house or whether it's out at work where you get paid. And then resting is when you're down tools and you switch off in the chair or you go to bed of a night. There's nothing to stop you regulating your breathing before you go to sleep as well, doing that slowly. And if you're going to whisper a few prayers, you're not a prayer person, then make a couple of words up of thanking God or the higher power for what you've got, and then what you don't want to lose, and then what your hopes are for the next day as you're breathing slowly in and out. And then try and become as a composed person. You feel a little bit in control. And even if there's a lot of things you can't control, that's relaxing as well. To know that you can only do so much about anything. And at the end of the night, it's a good time to say, you can do it in the morning as well, but at night especially, there's only so much I can do, and I'll do my best. And then, as my father used to always say, if you've done your best, then you've got nothing to worry about. You've done your best.